I'm Baka Sakura. I'm 28. I am from Cape Town, born and bred, and yeah, I've been cosplaying for about 5-6 years now. I just love being part of this community. So one of my friends actually showed me anime and I was completely infatuated with Cowboy Bebop. I really loved it, and I remember browsing on the internet one day and I just saw this amazing cosplay of one of the characters. It was just absolutely amazing, and I realized, oh my gosh, there's something like that out there. People are actually dressing up like the characters, and it's like so amazing. There used to be something called Free Comic Book Day, which is an international day where they celebrate comics and the release of new comics and just celebrating comic, artists and their drawings, etc. For FanCon, this is the first one that they've created based on their success with the Free Comic Book Day that they've hosted every year since I can remember. So it's a really cool mixture of fandom and intrigue and like bringing that whole fandom to life. On the Sunday for FanCon, I'm cosplaying a Bombshell Batwoman from a DC Bombshell range that Aunt Lucia illustrated. I am busy with the dress currently. It's in production, but I still have to add the sleeves, I have to add the lettering on the dress, I have to add the little, I don't even call those things that the belt goes through, the belt loops. We always think we have enough time. You never have enough time because you never know what's going to happen. Like your sewing machine could break, you could run out of fabric. There's always these things that you never maybe take into account when you make a costume. First cosplay was Lust from Full Metal Alchemist. It was very badly done, but I was so proud at the time. Back then, my mom helped me a lot with sewing, so she was able to, kind of tell me what is that, do that over, cut that off, redo that. And this dress is just made out of stretch velvet, and it was just kind of falling off my body the whole time, which is very inappropriate because it was a boob tube. The stencil that she has this tattoo on her neck. I just used lipstick with a stencil and hairsprayed it on my body and prayed that it would stay. And like my makeup was horrendous. Like I didn't know what I was doing. What is lashes? What is lash glue? I didn't know these things. It was just weird things, concepts I didn't understand. I didn't wear lenses. I didn't know, man. I didn't know anything. So it was bad. You learn a lot from your peers, your cosplay peers, because you kind of see, oh, okay, well, this person does that and that person does that really well. Okay, that's cool. I didn't know you could do that with your costume. You kind of learn a little bit of things everywhere you go, every time you go to a new convention or a new get-together. So that's really nice. And then from there, it kind of progressed into, oh, okay, well, it's not just sewing, it's crafting, or oh, I actually have to style the wig and not just put it on my head. But I mean, a lot of people just take clothing out of their own cupboards and kind of adjust it to what they need it to be. People find cosplay inspiration from basically anywhere. The whole culture, which is like anime and gaming, and they're all intertwined. So I think if you have like a major passion for that sort of thing, you tend to want to look like them and be them because you relate to them in some way. And I think that's why you'll find a lot of cosplayers have like massive cosplay wish lists that they work off of because it's just an endless amount of characters that they want to do. Being a woman in cosplay has its challenges. Sexy cosplays I have no problem with. But I think the moment people feel that they have to dress a certain way to get attention, then it becomes a problem because then you're objectifying yourself, I think. We have this expectation if you look at anime characters and gaming characters, they're so revealing and they have massive boobs and they have the tiniest waist and they're just like ridiculously Kardashianed out, and we don't naturally look like that. People shouldn't feel pressured into a specific mold of cosplayer. Do it because you want to wear it. You know, you should feel like you want to wear that costume because you like feeling sexy, or it makes you feel confident, not because that's the expectation that cosplay, you know, that fans have for cosplayers. When I cosplay, when I become my pseudo Baka Sakura, I have this character I get to be, and this character is generally quite extravagant and the clothing is generally quite bright. They're very voluptuous. I think I like voluptuous characters because I can relate to them better. Also strong women, female characters specifically. I love villains because they always have like a twist of madness to them. Yeah, I love it. I actually love the fact that I could be loud and obnoxious or whatever the character is, or very villainous and evil, and or very silly and, you know, just completely crazy, and it's okay. It's socially acceptable for that day because it's the character, it's not you. I think if there was a public, you know, like if you had to walk around like that in public every day, people would kind of question what you're on about. But luckily there are, you know, safe spaces and environments for us to be whatever we want to be for that day. South African cosplay definitely has its own little community of cosplayers, in the sense that Germany and America and those places are so big. I can't imagine that everybody knows everyone. But here, everybody knows everyone. It's very rarely that you find an existing cosplayer that's been around for a while and you don't know about them. So I think that's quite the unique twist on our community. It's very close-knit and it's very tight-knit. Harassment and cosplay go hand in hand at the big expos. I've been grabbed. It happens. People grab and run. That's a real thing, people. That is a real thing. People tend to not necessarily harass you, but they'll ridicule you in your costume. Fat, fed, I ruined it for them. I don't think you can pull that off. Kill it with fire before it lays eggs. That's my personal favorite. I would phone my best friend up and just cry because I'm not pretty enough for this. You know, she's been an amazing support for me in that sense, because I've almost given up cosplay, not because it was a bad community or, you know, like I fell out of love with it. It's not that. It's just I never thought that I would meet that social expectation. I would never be pretty enough for cosplaying. If you knew what was happening underneath all the layers that you're wearing just to make sure that dress sits perfectly and it's just beautiful. It's quite daunting sometimes for us as cosplayers, because you already stand out so much, you know, in your cosplay. It's a crazy hair and you're bright and your eyes are yellow, and then now people want to come and touch your face. This space right here, let's use that. The more people see and are exposed to cosplayers, the better it'll get. The best combination for a costume is a little bit of sewing, a little bit of crafting. If you are someone that's never sewn anything, you've never created anything, you know, you're completely new at the things that you need to do, start small. Start at something that you're comfortable with and start at your own pace. Don't feel like you have to immediately catch up with the people that have been doing it for years and they know what they're doing and they know how to do it. take your time to get to know everything that involves cosplay. Prop making, casting if you need to cast your own gems, special effects makeups. It's quite a cool experience to like have inside information on people's, you know, costumes. And then I tend to get up and inspect them and lift things up and be like, what's okay? A lot of these people are introverts, so for them, being in character is like, oh, what do I do? Do I smile? How do I pose? Like, you have to kind of become that character, and people find it very, very difficult. So I think for me, if you are able to combine all of those skill sets, that's, I think, when you win. That's when you are at your best.
Number 1 was Tim. He put so much thought into every single element that he made. You know, the character has so much history and such a strong personality, and it was just great to see it come together. Fantastic cosplay choice.
The most rewarding part is that people want to take photos of you. They want that lasting memory. They don't just go, cool, good job, and they walk on. They actually want to take photos of you and like talk to you and like, what did you do and how did you do this? The moment someone takes that so much interest in you, I think you feel kind of like achievement unlocked sort of thing, you know? Yeah, people like this. Done well. Cosplay is my life. It's like a drug.